Okay. So these are what we're doing today. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Kat. These are Kat's Claws. Welcome to another video. One more week. We need one more week. Most of them are grown out. That one still needs a little bit, and my thumbs are fine. So, this one I actually noticed I've done something to this nail. It has a, do you see that? I don't know what that is. I must have bashed it really hard somewhere. It's like it's bruised under the nail plate. So keeping an eye on that one. That one needs a final grow out. So one more week and I can put something on these. This one though, this is the first nail that I damaged. This is, so my nails are typically really weak. Like they're very bendy. They've always been really bendy. This one is fucking rock salt. Like I can't even bend it. I can't even believe how strong it is. Like, I don't know what happened to it, but this is a strong nail. One of the first strong nails I've ever had. So hopefully when the others grow out, they'll be the same because like I have never had a nail that I can't bend. And this little superhero pinky happens to be a nail I can't bend. So maybe it was good to grow them out for a bit. And then this one I'll just keep an eye on. So next week, if this one is where it needs to be, this little corner needs to grow out, we can do something on these nails. So today we're going to do cherry blossom nails. And these are the colors I think we're going to work with. So we're going to use a little bit of light elegance. So I'll use pink peppermint, double scoop for the flowers. A little bit of white, the meet across. We'll use the gel paint. And I'll do that for little dots right inside the flowers. We're going to do meet across in black for our branches. And then the base is going to be this one, which is the Madame Glam Nude Pink in the pudding gel. So it's a toss up between this one and Antique Rose. And I think this one's better. I just don't want it to be too close to this. Yeah, that's good. Those are different enough. That's going to be the base. That's going to be one of the flowers, right? And I was looking at this one too. This is Antique Rose, but it's got more of a, what the fuck? Yeah. You see how it's more nude almost? So I'm going to go with that one instead. And then I do want some of the nails to have some dark to them. So I'm going to close that up. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do an ombre using Perfect Black. And then this is Top Secret, which I think I'm going to use to like do the transition in the ombre onto this, which is going to be our base. Okay. So first thing, so these are going to be, so these are same brand as last time, the Goo Trades. These are Coffin medium full cover tips we're going to use. Okay. So to start, let's see. I'm just going to prime these to start as I do. yeah, so this client of mine worked in Japan years ago as an English teacher. It was a really cool story, actually. Anyway, so she was teaching, like doing private English classes for Japanese students. Anyways, turned out that she was teaching a child of a Yakuza gangster, I guess. Anyways, the kid loved her. She's a really sweet lady too, like a really good teacher. One of those teachers that you're like, yeah, you were born to be a teacher. That's the kind of woman she was. Anyways, the kid loved her, and obviously the father loved her as well, because she really helped the kid learn English, and obviously you could tell that she was a sweet woman. And it was funny because while she was there, she said that they said anything she ever needed, if anyone ever bothered her there or at home, that he was a phone call away. And I was like, that's a cool fucking story. Anyways, so I did the cherry blossoms for her. Okay, so we're going to start with these two colors. I'm going to do Top Secret on the first one. So it's going to be translucent black because it's like a sheer black. And I think it'll just make the, you can't really tell there. What the hell happened to this brush? Okay. You can't really tell there, but yeah, I think the flowers will pop better on the sheer black than on the dark black. So that's going to be first nail. And the rest of them we're going to do in this. And then we'll start the ombres. That's right. Seasoning. Let's just move the brush around a bit so that it flows better on the nail. So this is just a bit of base gel that I dip the bristles in. And here we go. I'll do one. We'll see how it turns out. The first coat, but I think I'm gonna have to do two probably. So we get a nice, like, solid background color. And then we'll get into the ombre on these. So we'll be right back. Okay, those are the nails so far. So what I did was, we're gonna do the ombre on this one, and this one. So the 2, 3, and 5. I took Perfect Black. I mixed a bit of the hidden Top Secret in with it to make it a little more translucent, because I think we know how black this is, right? I think the transition for the ombre is going to be a little difficult if I do it too dark. So we're going to try it on this one first. So normally, okay, so that's the Nude Pink. It is a bit streaky. I think this is 3 coats. And it is slightly streaky. So top coat will take care of that. It'll go away. It'll fill in all those creases. But I'm not going to top coat it yet. I'm going to do the ombre first. Okay? So I'm using my dark gel brush. And what we're going to do is, let's give it a fucking go. So let's see if it's dark enough. I don't know. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that I top coated that one. You can see that all the streaks are pretty much gone. So we will matte that afterwards, okay, to draw. So I put a little more black in here. So what I did was I did like 2 coats, and I did a little bit of splatter ombre starting. Whatever. I took this brush and I did what you do when you ombre, but I only did it in the mixture. I cured it. I did it again. Now I'm going to go over with a little bit of a darker. So I put a bit more perfect black in there, and I'm going to start the ombre pretty much here. So we're just doing so that the bottom is nice and black, but not too black, right? Perfect black's just super pigmented. Okay, so like that. Then I'm going to take Top Secret, and I'm just going to go over it again and just kind of bring a little more, right? Okay. And then we're going to take the ombre brush. Let's move that over. And do our little splatter blotches or whatever. It's like tap, 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 all the way across, right? And I'm doing it on a bit of an angle, as you can see. Cure that. So those are those 2. I'm going to do the last one. And then we'll move on to our flowers. Okay. Okay, so these look pretty cool. So that does look, I like it. So that's 3 coats of the Top Secret, the sheer black, and then it's matted. So we're going to do on these 2, while the other ones are curing, I'm going to use my liner brush. So we're just going to do the branches. I'm going to use the Meet Across black gel paint, and I'm going to do probably from here. So let's do this. So I'm just going to take okay, so I'm just going to pop in here and do a voiceover because most of this section is me breathing heavily as I'm concentrating. So to do the branches, I'm going from the center, and I'm just, the longer the liner brush, the better, because you have more control, and you can do better line work or squiggly line work with it. So now I'm just going from the center, and I'm just pulling up and then connecting branches in sort of in different ways, but everything's coming, most of them are coming up from the bottom, and then I'm doing like extras. Obviously you can see what I'm doing, just to like pull some extra branches out, you know, from those long pieces, because what's going on top of this is going to be our little cherry blossoms, which we're going to put like sporadically throughout afterwards. So what I keep doing is when I dip my liner brush in, you know how you get that little sort of ball of gel at the end? I don't want that ball of gel at the end, so I'm just pulling it through on my palette to make sure that it's like, otherwise you end up getting like sort of a blotch of gel stuck where you start, right? So you always want to pull it out on the palette. Also, the story I was telling about the Yakuza, the reason I was telling that story, I wasn't very clear about it, was that I made her a set of cherry blossom nails because she wanted a set of press-ons, and she wanted cherry blossoms because she worked in Japan, yada, yada, yada. So that was the context of that story. Yeah, and they turned out really cool, except they were blue. The background was blue. Anyways, that's it. That's all. Okay. That's going to be that one. And then we'll do our flowers around all of this. And I might... There we go. How's that? Okay, so I'm going to cure that. For that one, I'm going to do it, we're going to do darker black on that one. So let's pop this one in. And I think I might even mat it. So for this one, so those are those two. That one's way darker. Should I darken that up or what? Think I should darken this or not? I don't want to fuck it up. Okay, me again. Voiceover again. Because I'm breathing again in this section. And just concentrating and forgetting that I'm filming. So I used pink peppermint on the 5th nail and the 1st nail. The reason, so on the 5th nail, it actually was too light. It's too light on that nude pink background color. So I decided to switch it up for the other 3. But for this one, because this is a black nail, I thought the peppermint would look good. And I used it to kind of match that 5th nail, which I didn't change. I kind of left it as it was. So here for the flowers, really simple. It's a dotting tool, whatever size you want, depending on what size you want the flowers to be. And I'm just doing like 4 dots close to each other, so they look like kind of like petals. You can do 4 or 5. I think 5 is actually cherry blossoms, but it looks fine. And then randomly I'll do like 1 dot. And then to accent these, we're going to go in with double scoop, which is the hotter pink, to finish it off. Okay. So I do like it better like that. Here it kind of disappears. I also noticed the pink's a bit too light for these ones, so I busted out this. And I think I'm going to use that on those ones. So these we're going to keep here. We'll just leave them as is. And I'll figure out what to do with that branch. Okay. And then we're going to do, instead of the Peppermint Pink because it's very light. I'm going to use the Color Gel Pink. This is that set of 36 that I got. So I'm going to do the same thing here and on all the rest of them. Yeah, that's better. See how it stands out more? Otherwise, it just kind of melds in with the background color, and then you can't even see the flower, so. And the contrast looks better as well. So we're gonna do it like this. So same thing, dot, dot, dot. Okay, so the last little bit is I'm just going over all the shiny bits with my Russian top coat, curing, and then we will look at the final nails. So I just took a really teeny weeny liner brush and I'm just going over all the flowers. I decided not to use the white because it looked silly when I did it on one of them. I didn't need the white. So we're just going to do it like this. Okay. So let's finish these up. And then let's look at the nails. Okay, so those are the finished nails. I really like this one. I really like that one. I'm not sure how they would have all looked like that, but that one's really pretty. That one's okay too, but those are the final nails. So I did stick with the matte for the back. But just to quickly go over what we used. So that one, Top Secret. I used the Madam Glam Top Secret. I did like 3 coats and then we matted it. The background colors here was the Nude Pink, the Madam Glam pudding gel in the Nude Pink were our background colors. For our little ombres, I mixed this with a bit of the Perfect Black to kind of give like a bit of an ombre. I've not perfected my ombres yet, okay? Let's just ignore that. And then we matted everything. Actually, first I did go over the pudding gel with a top coat first, just because it does come out a little bit streaky, so the top coat seals all those little streaks in. So I did like a no wipe top coat, and then and then we did this, the ombre part, and then I matted everything to make sure that everything had that nice matte finish, okay? And then, where's my black one? Yeah. Beat Across was for our lines, our branches. And then I ended up going with these two. So we needed a bit of a brighter pink so that it didn't like meld in. That was the one that I did with the Peppermint Pink. The brighter pink looks better. And then we did our middle piece with double scoop. Whoops, double scoop. Cool. And then we just went over everything. I went over everything with the matte, with the no wipe Russian top coat. We did all our lines over and our flowers. And those are the cherry blossoms. They look cute. I actually like them better on here than I do. They look nice on a blue. I always see them on like a blue nail or like a teal green nail, but I found these ones, like I found somebody who did it with the sort of ombre French with the pink, and I decided to do like a variation of that. And that's what I came up with. This one actually looks really cool. That one I like a lot. A lot. I think a whole set would have looked fine like that as well. It's a really nice contrast. You know? Yeah. So those are the nails. So Madame Glam, a little bit of light elegance, some meat across. That's pretty much it. And of course our VENDEENI Russian top coat. And those are our nails for this week. Right? So let me know. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Just stick these here. Right? And we did like that and a bit of that. Those are the nails. So let's see how these turn out for next week. I'm just working on growing that one out. It's the last one that really needs to grow out. And then I can finally try to do something with these nails again. But yeah, cherry blossoms. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys next time.
Give it to me like